everybody. We're here at Lock and Load Game Fest 2015, coming at you live from Bellevue, Washington. I'm Will Hungerford, the Organized Play and Volunteer Coordinator.
I'm Will Schick, Director of Business Development. We have one heck of a game on schedule for you for our next Iron Exhibition.
Oh, this is going to be so special.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So we have Jonathan LeClaire, one of our press gangers, facing off against the architect of Lock and Load himself, Mr. Michael Plummer.
That's right. Michael Plummer, our convention coordinator, soon-to-be convention manager.
Yep.
The architect of all things Lock and Load. We roped him into it. We were like, hey, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Things are starting to wind down. You haven't really gotten to play a lot of games. Let's put you on camera.
Let's put you on camera and make you play a game.
So we're both very excited and pumped up for this matchup, not just because it's going to be a blast to watch. This happens all the time at Lock and Load. One of the great things about Lock and Load is the fact that several of the staff members are around and they get to join and play games and pick up games.
Yep.
If Jason Souls, who's been in the Iron Arena like all weekend,
Just nonstop.
Yeah, and several of us just try to either stay after or come before, or we have scheduled time to just interact with the Hangouts or on the gaming tables. And so we had a lot of fun. I got to play an Unleashed adventure game, or not Unleashed, Undercity adventure game. This morning that was live streamed, which was a blast with a bunch of attendees. So we've been having just a great time with that, and now we're going to put one on camera, and we're going to see how Michael Plummer holds up against one of our convention goers.
I cannot wait. This is going to be so much fun.
Michael has brought a somewhat twisted list here, or not twisted, amended list from the list that he used in No Quarter 60. This features Major Prime Victoria Haley at its core. She has a Squire and Old Rowdy in her battle group. There's a full unit of Tempest Blazers with it, full unit of Horgenhold Forge Guard with Captain Jonas Murdoch.
For that revive.
So get ready for the A-Team theme to be coming from Will Hungerford when I call for it. And then you've got Alexa Cianor and the Risen, taking him up to 35 points. So Merc-heavy army overall, but thanks to Murdoch, the ability of future Haley to bring Revive to play and start throwing things back, plus Alexia throwing Risen back into play after they're dead, would be fantastic. So you see our two players there getting ready.
And then the opposite end of all these guys is Jonathan's list, which is a Dominar Rosheth Chain Gang Tier 1 list. So he's got Rosheth with a Gladiator, a Cannoneer, and 2 Bronzeback Titans, a minimum unit of Pharaoh Bone Grinders, a maximum unit of Paingiver Beast Handlers, and then an Agonizer. Yeah,
it's two very different lists here. You've got a very War Beast, heavy-hitting centric army in terms of Chain Gang versus the kind of recursion / board manipulation abilities of Major Prime Victoria Haley, who's going to try to really get around the heavy meat shield and get a caster assassination, I expect very much.
And these guys are going to be playing outflank, which is going to be really interesting. So this is not a kill box scenario, and it's one of the easiest to set up and understand scenarios in the entire Steamroller packet. There's 2 zones. If you control one, you get 1 CP. If you dominate, you get 2 CPs. 1st to 5 wins, and caster kill, of course. So Plummer has the numbers advantage on being able to spread across the zone, whereas John has sort of the hardiness advantage of being able to park somebody in the zone and keep them there. Yeah,
the big thing John, I think, really has to worry about in this game is, of course, the Forge Guard. Yeah. They will be able to, if they can get a charge off in sufficient numbers, and with reach that's not difficult, it's their speed that's really the issue. They can really take down a Titan a turn.
Yep. And with Revive, it's going to be hard to wipe out the whole unit.
Right. So the real trick here is to go after Murdoch as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
You see our players starting to set up here.
It looks like the clock is already running. And
Jonathan took the first turn, correct?
Yep.
See Michael Plummer wearing his traditional hat.
Never seen Michael without his hat.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
It's horrifying.
Is it?
It's very unnerving because he just wears a hat all the time.
I heard he's got red curly hair.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
There's many myths about that man.
It's like a void. Just sucks light into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's far more terrifying than I was expecting. Michael Plummer seems like a pretty nice guy. I didn't realize that he has like a void on top of him.
Well, it doesn't make him a bad person. It just means that it's there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's no reflection on his personality. Plummer's just a teddy bear.
He's just
he's
a teddy bear. He's just a threat to life.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
He's a lot like Mordekar. Mordekar's got that void tear that's always following him around everywhere.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Same thing.
Oh, so look at the difference in army composition here when you get that top-down view. Oh, and Michael's beautifully painted Cygnar there.
Yep.
I think he painted the Haley 3 unit in like, I don't know.
It was a few days, but it was fairly quickly. And the reason that so it was partially my fault because I was originally on tap to face Ed Burrell in the No Quarter Battle Report for for 60 where she was featured against her twin sister, Denegra 3.
Yep.
I ran out of time. There was so much stuff going on at the office at the time, and I had the Vinter Gamma Kyle file that I was due for the no quarter and a few other things, and so I had to go to Mike Ryan. I was like, look, I don't think I can do this if I can find a replacement. I hate to do it, but let's go ahead. And I know Plummer had just painted this the Cygnar army for Adepticon.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let's see if he wants to do it. And he agreed. He reluctantly agreed a little bit. He's like, oh, I really want Major Prime Victoria Haley, and I'd love to play in the battle report. But he's like, but then I'd have to paint her.
He's like, oh gosh, I have to get a model early and get to paint it up.
Her. And he totally hammed it up for that. But then in the end, of course, he took it, and he's been playing her in the office quite a bit.
The hard life of a privateer press.
And now he finally gets to play her outside of the office too. Like it's always hard when you get those early models because you're like, oh, I want to take this out and I want to play it in public, and you can't do that. You can't do that. So you can see a shot there, a little pan of Plummer's army there. Those Tempest Blazers on the side.
So how much crap are we going to give Plummer if he loses this game?
Oh, he'll never hear the end of it. Okay. I mean, we'll have a video record of it.
Will we start every day at the office of watching this video? Like every day he gets to the office and we sit down and we just play the whole video, the whole thing.
I feel like that might be a little long, but I think we could have Tony cut together like a little montage.
Oh, yeah, Tony, our amazing video guy. If he can make like a little 3-minute clip that we show him every morning.
Yeah. Little fail montage.
All right, Plummer, you better win this because otherwise life's going to get real weird.
He knows what the stakes are here.
Okay, I assume he did. He knows we're commentating.
He's absolutely ready. All right, so we see our players. Looks like they're kicking off the first turn. So Fury points going on Rasheth before the game begins.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching an Iron Exhibition match. Yesterday we streamed all of the Iron Gauntlet matches. We like to feature fully painted armies, and so we've set up a couple games with some Iron Arena games between two painted armies, players facing off, just having a good, fun, casual game against each other.
See those nicely painted Titans there.
Yeah. I love green Skorne. Green's one of my favorite color schemes on them.
Green's a nice color. I've seen blues that work really well. I believe there was a pink Skorne army at one point that actually pulled it off pretty well as well. It was previous lock and load.
So the Gladiator just walked up and rushed the bronze back, and he's going to run up 12.
One of the two bronze backs, which is the important. I mean, there's at any time you're facing two bronze backs, it's a little terrifying. I mean, a single bronze back with counter charges is nightmarish enough. See him running right into that
rough terrain.
Rough terrain there freely, thanks to the rush Animus. We're going to see another rush, I expect, on that other bronze back.
Yep, Dominar rushing the Cannoneer.
Rushing the Cannoneer.
He's going to cast another one.
There we go.
He's going to rush everybody up in the club.
Except for that poor Gladiator. He was on his own. He just had to walk. Yeah. Meander up. Slow.
Life in Skorne isn't easy.
We see Carnivore up on that other bronze back as well.
Old Rasheth just waddling up the field.
It's an easy 4 inches there. 2 Fury left on him. You see him right there, all fat and chinny. What?
I wonder what he sounds like. What is his voice? Do you have a
that's
him. He's
yeah, that's it. I mean, just squeeze your chin as far back into your vocal cords as you can and just kind of make a noise like you just are choking on your own spit.
Oh, no thanks. I'll pass. So stop. Just stop. Oh, God, it's Rasheth.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on all these Titans.
I imagine that he's got a nice falsetto from the chin fat slapping into his larynx. All 3 layers of it.
Okay.
See that bronze back moving forward, running forward thanks to Rush.
I like that this commentary's already gotten disgusting.
To be fair, it was Jonathan who brought Rasheth. There's no way to avoid that.
True.
He's a soft piece of lard on a palanquin. Carried by sad, tormented baby Titans.
I know. This is a really dark model all the way around. Who comes up with this stuff?
I don't remember who the genesis of Rasheth was. It was probably Doug Seacat. So we see
Bone Grinders just running.
Looks like the Bone Grinders, yep. Just zipping up there. There's the single Agonizer Baby Titan. Did not get any Fury on it from Rasheth, which is...
It's not like Rasheth has trouble getting a lot of Fury on that thing real quick.
I mean, Fury 8 is fantastic, and Rosheth typically doesn't have a ton to do with it every turn.
Jonathan's remembered to put down a couple of the Fury he forgot from a couple of those runs.
Counting up. He doesn't need to worry about his Fury application because he's got it all set out. You saw him counting it there in a second. Michael Plummer just watching intently here. Inscrutable under the brim of that hat.
We're going to see how intense Michael gets during this game.
I'm sure it'll be pretty intense. I mean,
oh yeah,
he knows.
I've never played
there's
a game
a lot
with Michael
on the line.
Plummer where I didn't feel threatened.
Like physically?
Like physically threatened.
Like you just jump over the table?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I feel like he'd make the effort and then he'd realize that it was too much work.
Wow. So you're telling me you're calling Michael Plummer too lazy to hurt someone?
No, just lacking the conviction to hurt somebody.
Oh, okay. His heart's not in it.
He quickly pendulums back and forth from like rage to just apathy.
Wow.
He gets real angry and like mad, and then he's like, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Maybe I'm special. He just gets real mad at me when we play games.
You do have a special relationship.
We do. I love
All right,
Michael
so
Plummer.
we see old Rowdy running forward thanks to aggressive.
Michael Plummer measuring things
Zipping
out
forward.
and running warjacks.
One of the fun things about this is that there's a lot of counter charge on this table. There are 3 models specifically with it. You got old Rowdy, you have the 2 bronze backs. So maybe we'll see that come into play here. Haley allocated no focus because she didn't obviously need to give old Rowdy anything. I'll be interested to see if Plummer drops either past or future Haley.
I imagine Future's going to come out soon.
I mean...
Wait, here it comes.
Here comes 2. So we see time marker being used.
And he's going to put down
He's
Haley.
thinking about it.
Going to put down Haley 5.
He immediately changed his mind, but said that he already said it, so he's going to stick with it. So we have past Haley coming out now.
No.
He had her on the table.
I don't know. He doesn't know.
He's
He's doing past. Okay.
doing past. So past Haley has Chain Blast, which with her raw talent, which gains an additional die on damage rolls, could scratch a Titan once or twice. Force Hammer, probably the better one, but it costs her all 4, so she doesn't get any boosts on that, whereas Chain Blast is 3. However, the slammed D6 inches could be pretty huge, depending on where those Titans wind up.
I'm surprised he didn't go with the Future. Just to have a Revive on tap.
Measuring control area thanks to the Squire.
Yeah. Just, have Revive on tap early. If the Cannoneer takes out a couple Forge Guard early, then on the following turn, you don't have to worry about bringing Future in. Future can just cast Revive. Then regular Haley can cast Revive because Future cast it.
Yeah, well, you're really not losing anything overall with waiting because it costs you 2 either way to upkeep them in play or to bring them back into play.
See, there comes Future Haley.
So Future Haley coming out now, so he's got both Haleys in play.
But no, the placed model, it can't activate. So
that's true.
If it can't activate, then she can't cast Revive. So that's why you need her out earlier.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if they could activate the turn you put them into play?
I can, because it was that way.
It was a nightmare.
It was pretty bad. That's why they can't do it anymore. And one of the dangers of knowing how rules were 2 years ago and not being able to keep them straight in your head. So you see Rupert Cavallo, the Piper of Ord, advancing.
There's your Privateer Press Insider, folks. Haley 3 used to be far worse.
Well, we talked about on the Primecast how Haley went through probably some of the more iterations than I think any model in the last few years actually had gone through.
Well, turns out when you make a time-warping Warcaster unit off one of the most iconic characters in War Machine,
it takes a lot of tries to get right.
Yep, multiple iterations.
So we see the Forge Guard running forward. I believe that Rupert gave them Pathfinder, so they'd be able to cross right through that wood using...
Will Michael Plummer commit to the deforestation of the Iron Kingdom?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like he has specifically used...
Right there. Literally right there.
Come on, Plummer. You're better than that. You're a better person than that.
You know how long those trees took to make? Now look at it. If he puts them back right now after this movement, all's forgiven.
I don't think that's going to happen because they're already in the trees. I mean, putting them back would just get them in the way. See, Jonas Mad Dog Murdoch. I wanted him to be Mad Dog so bad. Bringing up the rear there.
You didn't ask for the A-team theme when they moved. Do you just want it when they make attacks?
No, I was trying to do something else. I missed it. It's my fault.
Okay, I'll remember every time.
Yeah, I was a failure on my part.
Didn't put the trees back.
No trees back. So you see the Blazers now
Remind me what's
running forward.
Murdoch's command. It's 9, right?
Murdoch's command is indeed 9.
Okay. I was just looking at that forge guard towards the edge. Tempest Blazers running up.
Tempest Blazers incredibly fast thanks to their innate speed 9. Plus, you can factor in their ability to make that light cav move after making an attack of moving 9 inches. Gives them an incredible threat and decent hit and run tactics.
Yep. Magic gun ponies.
Magic gun ponies. A little surprised that Plummer didn't put out tactical supremacy at all. He had 2 focus left on Haley. He chose not to cast it, it looks like.
Maybe he's worried about the cannon nothing. I don't know.
I mean, tac supremacy on Blazers is awesome. Tac supremacy on Forge Guard also great because, like we talked about, if they can get there, then they're gonna be easily able to take out a Titan or 2 with the proper numbers. The problem, of course, is that they're slow. You know, they're only speed 4.
You know what's
heavily armored dwarves.
Really fun?
What?
Tac supremacy on trenchers.
Tac supremacy on trenchers is incredible.
It's Mark 1 trenchers.
It is. It is. You pop your smoke and you walk behind it before your opponent can shoot you. So he did cast Tac Supremacy, and he did put it on the Forge Guard. His token's just pretty far away.
Oh, so we just missed it?
Yeah. Well, he's got
yeah, because he brought 2 Haleys in, and he's got 2 focus left, because she's focus 8. So, yeah. There's no other spell that he would have cast.
See those Tac Supremacy guys moving forward? He could have cast Repudiate just for the funds. Temporal Flux is not also a bad spell to put up. At this point, not really useful, but Temporal Flux while within 5 inches of a model within this unit. Friendly models gain +2 defense, and enemy models suffers -2 defense.
Okay.
So that brings Haley up to super survivable at def 18.
Oh, yeah. Just like every version of Haley, they're always such a pain to kill.
So we see 1 Fury being left on the Cannoneer. However, the Cannoneer doesn't need to make a Frenzy check because it is within the command range of the Bronzeback. So Carnivore upkept.
John commenting, Plummer, you have all sorts of hammers. So he knows where his main threat is.
Yeah, again, I mean, that is the primary threat to this list.
Yep.
Rasheth, fairly safe from any assassination attempt by the Blazers thanks to Impervious Flesh, which will drop a damage die, leaving them only with 2. Even with a Brutal. That's assuming a Brutal. See the Gladiator once again just waddling forward to put rush on everybody else.
So we got the Cannoneer rushed again. So he's going to walk up and he's going to shoot a bunch of probably Forge Guard.
Yeah, I mean, Plummer was pretty good about his spread, though, on those Forge Guards, so he clustered the Risen more than he did the Forge Guard. I think it doesn't really look like there's much of a shot to catch more than 1 Forge Guard. See it shooting at a Blazer, actually.
Yep. Needs an 11 to hit here. Shooting that gun pony in the face. He misses. And it's time to deviate. Going to deviate on top of those Risen, I'm going to guess.
You're just calling it now?
I'm just going to call it. See what I got.
Put some Vegas odds on it? So
it's going 3 to 3.
So Radiant and a Risen.
Looks like he's going to boost damage on old Rowdy.
So arm 20. Not great.
Dice
He's
minus
gonna need
12.
13 or more to do damage. And that roll, not enough. So see a reroll here because location die wasn't declared. 12 off, no damage.
Blast damage on the Risen.
Should eliminate a Risen pretty easily. Nope, rolls a 3.
There you go, Cannoneer.
Fails
good
to
job,
even
Cannoneer.
crack a Risen Thrall's armor of 11. 11.
Yeah, you know. One higher than a rack.
Yeah.
Pain givers must be so mad right now.
Well,
Like, we trained you better than this.
I don't know if it's really. I mean, the cannoneer missed, but
It's always their fault.
Oh,
Skorne always
that's
blames
true.
the beasts.
I don't know. I think Skorne blame whoever's like most convenient.
It's the beast that can't argue back.
See the bronze back wandering 3 inches over. Plumber confirming that wandering is advancing. Plumber trying to be real technical here. And then 1 more inch up moves him as 4. Bronze back looking menacing right by those trees there. Jonathan realizing he's going to need 5 Fury on the board here. He's planning out where he needs to rile and this turn. Jonathan really lamenting those Forge Guard right now.
I mean, he has to, right? If he doesn't take care of those, they're going to chew through his battle group very quickly.
Yeah. But, you know, with Rush, and worst comes to worst, those Beast Handlers can definitely tie up the Forge Guard. They're fast enough to screen for the Titans. And, you know, looking at Plumber's army, it lacks any significantly heavy armor with high wounds.
Yeah.
Rowdy being the most significant threat. So you don't really need the Enrage. I mean, it's nice.
Bone Grinder's coming up.
So Bone
They're gonna
Grinder's shooting at
shoot off their Arcane Bolt.
Zappy Zap.
Yep.
Had a Forge Guard. So hits a 12. Plumber choosing not to group them up, afraid of the blast damage. So that will eliminate a Forge Guard.
Huh.
So we see a Risen.
Yep.
Going to
Alexia
show
gets
up
herself
next
a corpse
turn.
token.
That poor dwarf. And somehow he'll get brought back later as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's about to have a miserable life.
I mean, one of the things that's interesting about Major Prime Victoria Haley is, and Revive in general, is just, so Jonathan eliminated a threat, but in doing so, he gave Plumber the ability to kind of move it closer.
Yeah.
So he's increasing the threat range on every model he kills.
Can you imagine the living hell of being a Rulik soldier in this army? So you die, and you get brought back to life as like a zombie. And then you get brought back to life by some future chronomancer. And then you die, and you come back as a zombie, and another version of you comes back.
Yeah.
And, like, you keep getting split in half.
Sure.
Consider it.
Nobody cares about dwarven rights in Cygnar.
And this is why Rule invaded.
I'm just saying.
Between
I
you,
mean,
like,
they're third-class citizens at best.
I think it was Plumber yesterday. Wow, really?
Third class.
The Searforge players are going to be super mad at you. You know that, right?
Hey, they're not my views.
Whose views are they?
They're Doug Seacat's views.
Wow. Way to shunt the blame on that one. Right to Doug Seacat.
Yeah. See Raz just now advancing up.
Oh, God. Just look at all the agonizers together. They're just like...
It's a very sad parade over there. So Raz just dumped five Fury onto the agonizer over there.
I just want to hug one, make it feel better.
I don't think that would make it feel better.
You're right. It would just make its weird little noise at me.
It would. Probably smell terrible, too.
We had a conversation about zombies smelling terrible yesterday. Yeah, I'm sure agonizers also smell awful.
I think they smell awful. So we can see the next bronze back here advancing.
Yep. Jonathan's just being real conservative with
inches.
his movements, right? He's in no rush right now.
No.
He doesn't need to get something in that zone, otherwise Plumber's going to score the first CPs. Because scoring starts second player's second turn. So
I don't see much in way of option here. He's
stick that Bronzeback's toe in there.
Bronzeback already advanced.
Oh,
Bronzeback just advanced 2 inches. He didn't even run. Now the Pain Givers the Paingiver Beast Handlers are going, and they're not moving into the zone. So he's definitely given up that control point if Plumber decides to take it. See him checking command of the Beast Handlers. He's got an Agonizer left to activate.
Yep, Agonizer's probably going to run up.
Yep.
Doesn't worry about too much. Maybe some Electro Leaps. We'll see.
Yeah, Jonathan mentioned the Electro Leaps as being kind of a concern. I mean, the bigger thing here is that you're absolutely correct that that movement left that zone totally uncontested.
Well, the thing is, for him to control the zone, he has to get every Forge Guard into there, like every one of them.
Well, with Pathfinder and Tax Supremacy, he can do it this turn.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's 100% possible. I mean, also, Team Time Haley can just go running in the zone as well, but that's like a run, and she probably has other things she wants to do.
Probably, and that would put her dangerously close to a bronze back. I would say lethally so.
I can see the Forge Guard getting Pathfinder and running all over that zone. We'll see, though, because if he's not careful about that movement, the bronze back might be able to go to town.
Well, Trainwreck definitely allows it to kill a lot more than a non-reach model it might seem to be able to do at first. It's a lot of work done.
Just a nightmare.
You see those models there? Haley losing the 2 focus for each of her
other selves.
Her time-walkered self. So she'll start with Ford. Looks like she took 1 off the Squire. So she'll have 5 this turn. Measuring her control area, gets +2 inches because of the Squire.
Yep.
And it's
control area forever.
Arcane Repeater ability.
Just bouncing that tape measure off that Pharaoh. This is why models get chipped.
So Plumber trying to determine if he can get Rowdy to the Cannoneer.
No.
Eliminate a Titan early.
No, there's 0% chance.
0% chance?
0% chance.
I mean,
yes, 0% chance.
Okay. So
Michael Plummer's got a lot to think about.
Risen popping up there. Plummer considering here as he reads his cards.
The event hall behind them, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good games.
Mm-hmm. Jason Flanzer back there. I see Chili Winters. Jake Van Meter. So Plummer confirming that you cannot countercharge when you're engaged. So it looks like he's going to be maybe throwing some Risen into the bronze back to prevent the countercharge from getting off.
I don't think those Risen can get to a bronze back. Maybe. It's hard to tell the exact range from here.
The only other model that really is potentially to be considered is a revived Forge Guard.
Well, maybe the bronze back at the top of the screen, I don't think they can get to, but the one on the other side of the rough terrain, they probably could.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay,
the one towards the zone that he wants to potentially control for the point.
I don't know that I would try and stop the countercharge. You throw a Forge Guard up there. I don't know.
Well, it depends where the countercharge goes.
Like how far do you want to bait that bronze back forward? Depends on what the rest of your plan is.
It does. Well, the other thing you have to worry about is the countercharge bringing it into the zone.
Yeah.
Because that would be useless.
Yeah, he doesn't have any great bait targets to get it to countercharge towards the Forge Guard, which John wouldn't do anyway.
So we see the Blazers taking shots now at the Beast Handlers, trying to get rid of those guys.
So he's using the Electro Leap shots.
Yep. That'll help him clear out more models.
2 Torturers with 1 stone.
So POW 10 shot hits and kills the initial target. Electro Leap on the second target. POW 10 eliminates that model. So 2 Beast Handlers are down. So Plumber going to check line of sight here to the potentially a bronze back or the Agonizer. Yeah, and I don't think he's got line of sight to the bronze back either. Jonathan saying that line of sight does exist, so we see a Electro Leap shot being shot into that bronze back. So good on the range.
All right.
Def 12 on the bronze back should be an easy shot. Connects.
Yep.
So
Darce minus 9 here.
So unlikely to do anything. Not a bad roll, though.
Leaps probably to the Pain Giver right there.
We're going to the Pharaoh.
Sorry, the Pharaoh Bone Grinder.
Going to the Pharaoh Bone Grinder. So that'll kill the Pharaoh. Electro Leap getting it done.
Electric bullets. Killing your pig monsters.
It's electric.
What? What is that? What song is that?
You've never heard that song? I don't know what the name of it is. I just know the song.
What does it come from, though?
The 80s.
Oh, okay. Noted.
instruments. I don't. What are you looking for here?
I don't know. I thought you were like, oh, it's from this movie or TV show, not the 80s.
Well, I know it's on The Simpsons. Homer Simpson does it at one point, but it's from something else. I don't know. Google it.
You want me to Google the noises you made with your mouth?
Only if you're really concerned about figuring out what they are.
It's in my head now.
Let's get back to this game. We're done with your ignorance.
I got nothing to say.
Finally. It only took like 6 years. All right, so we see a bunch the other Blazers taking shots here.
Yep.
Into the, looks like the Cannoneer. And it will be on a Pharaoh Bone Grinder again. Yep.
He gets fried.
Gets fried as well.
Electric
Cannoneer
bullets.
took no damage from the hit. And brutal damage shot on the bronze back, it looks like. Does hit.
Dice -9. Let's see what Plumber's got.
Oh, no, it was on the Cannoneer because they just said 8 off the dice. So it does do some damage. Sounded like 5, which is a really good roll. Fast cav move. This Blazer's just being obnoxious.
Yep.
5 inches will be able to get them to the safety behind the woods. Surprised Plumber's pulling those ones on the far edge back. I would have moved them forward and shifted the ones that are actually in threat range of the Titans behind the forest where they would have blocked line of sight.
Now, for as much rage as he feels on a daily basis, he's actually a very careful player.
He is very cautious. I mean, like I said, his rage is really temporary. It rarely lasts for more than a couple seconds. Even when it's righteous, it just quickly dissipates. And then he feels like he needs to apologize.
When it's righteous, huh?
Yeah.
Noted. Looks like Team Haley is going.
Yep. So we have future Haley going first. She is incorporeal at the moment, so she can go wherever she wants. The hustle. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, so we just heard from the Twitch stream that the hustle is the song that Schick was singing earlier.
So it's from the 70s. I was wrong. That's the 70s. That was disco. Disco fever.
Every time you try and correct me, it just sickens me.
Did I try to correct you? You didn't even know what was going on.
Exactly, and you were never mind.
You didn't even realize it was a song.
But never mind. We're not
see Haley herself advancing backwards.
You were my direct boss. I'm going to be.
We're going to see a revive, I bet, from There's a revive to drop that Forge Guard who was eliminated last turn back forward.
Hey, Twitch stream, if you hear Will Schick say anything else wrong, please let us know.
I didn't say anything wrong.
You said it was from the 80s.
Oh, my God. They didn't even care about that. They only cared about the name. They're just being helpful, unlike you, who just needs to be right all the time.
Oh, my God. Can we commentate this game?
So you see here what we were talking about earlier with the revive. The Forge Guard, who was out of charge range initially to the bronze back, is now revived back closer, thanks to the revive rules, and now is in charge range of the bronze back.
Looks like Temporal Flux is going up as well.
Temporal Flux, not surprised about that. That will make all the Haleys +2 defense, and any model within 5 inches of them as well, +2 defense. And Haley is done. Interesting. He did nothing with present Haley. Not that she had a ton to do, but I would have expected her to move at least. So Forge Guard are now going to go. Really? No. Did he activate Rupert already? Did we miss that while we were talking about the hustle?
You got to stop.
Oh, by the way, the Forge Guard are activating. So if you could please give us the A team.
Dun 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 dun. Oh God.
We see a charge from the Forge Guard going in there. Looks like both of the ones that went in did make it. That one, the farther one out. I'm curious to see a key on that one, but I believe that's 2 inches. So we'll get 2 shots on that. The rest of them are moving into that zone. However, as you pointed out, you do need the full unit into the zone to be able to control. So Rupert did not Pathfinder the Forge Guard this turn.
Huh.
I don't know if that was because he's saving them for the Risen, which could be possible, or if he wants the defense bonus from Dirge of Miss, potentially.
He just could want tough.
He's definitely tough.
I mean, right?
Tough, certainly.
Tough Forge Guard with Revive backup is a thing.
Yeah. And he's clearly not concerned about taking advantage of the zone opening.
Nope. No CPs to be scored.
Nope. It's all right, though. If he can If he can pull a crit slam on that bronze back, that would be useful. There goes Captain Jonas Murdoch. Dun, 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 dun. Good old Mad Dog Murdoch. He's probably crazy. Let's be honest.
Most people in the Iron. Look what he's doing right now.
Pointing a gun at the back of his trooper's head.
Don't get me started on people killing friendly troopers over the last games we've streamed. It's just an ongoing thing.
It has been pretty common. So we see a hit, but no crit. So weapon master charging power 11, armor 19, so 8 off.
Here we go.
Can you roll high? Holy! There's some rolling.
Yeah, you know.
5, 5, 5, 6. Somebody check Plumber's dice. I don't think I've ever seen him roll that high in any game ever. He's notoriously well known for low rolling.
I guess
just
after
boffing it, not being able to seal the deal.
Maybe like
so he does
Plumbers
connect
earned
again.
some good karma after setting up lock and load, and
you know
it's all coming back right now.
He deserves a win. What?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So low roll there. So it just gets 2 more points. See a hyper aggressive move. So the bronze back advancing forward, so it'll be able to get both those guys into melee. I believe the goal here is he's turning them because of the tusks. Yep, there comes a proxy base. I love the artwork on the proxy base.
That's awesome.
Makes it nice and clear what the proxy base is standing in for. Interestingly enough, though, when he made the advance, he moved in such a way to put the bronze back out of melee reach for the first Forge Guard.
Knowing that the...
I mean, Trainwreck's going to come, but just in case you'd think you'd want to avoid that, to make sure that they're both in. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
See the Risen now running forward, being obnoxious. Those very fabulously painted Risen. Nice little fuchsia color. Fuchsia. It's just a fun word to say. Fuchsia.
You know some weird stuff, man.
Did I know that's fuchsia?
That's pink.
Nah, it's fuchsia.
It's
It's
pink.
not pink. It's more purpley.
It's pink.
No. It's more of a purple pink. It'd be a fuchsia.
No. Fuchsia's not a real color. That's something that they write on crayons to confuse children.
No, they write like weirder things than that on crayons.
They're like coffee.
They'd be like periwinkle.
Do they?
Periwinkle's actually a blue, though. Like, it sounds like it should be a pink, but periwinkle's a blue.
Periwinkle sounds like an old lawyer.
Periwinkle also the ribbon color for stomach cancer.
Huh. Let's get back to the game.
You don't want to talk about periwinkle anymore? Or fuchsia? Fuchsia.
No, we're done.
All right.
Squire moving up.
Squire advances just to maintain arcane repeater range and realignment to Haley.
Yep.
Old Rowdy just advances forward using those Risen as a screen. See Jonathan now pulling his Fury back into Rasheth.
Yep. Passes the turn back to him. That bronze back's still there.
The bronze back is still there. Although that bronze back has been significantly hurt. 2 Forge Guard, not quite enough. You really need 3, possibly 4 without high dice spiking to get the job done.
So, I mean, the Beast Handler nearest the Forge Guard on the left side
can heal.
Can anatomical precision that one Forge Guard if he has to.
Could.
Right? Then you've got this pretty rad-looking trample you might be able to do towards the hill with beat back, start killing guys. You can get to Jonas and kill Jonas this turn.
Killing Jonas is the huge thing.
Absolutely.
So
you anatomical the one on the left. You trample up.
This guy here.
Yep.
Getting this one.
Yep.
Then a trample lane this way. And then that gives you Jonas, which is the important one. Potentially these 2. Potentially, if you beat back Trainwreck properly. If you Trainwreck at all. You probably don't, though, because you need the sots. So that would be a huge swing for Jonathan. He is afraid of the countercharge from Old Rowdy. Although there's not a whole lot of... I mean, countercharge from Old Rowdy is pretty cut off here. He can't go this way. He can't really go this way. I don't think he can fit. He can get to about here, maybe. And then he's swinging over a wall, which he can't reach across because his hammer is tiny.
I don't think Old Rowdy's really a super big concern right now.
Well, Jonathan disagrees with you since he just said it.
Well, he's playing the game, and he has a better view of the, the distances in front of him. So
way to cover your mistake, Hungerford.
Who said it was my mistake? It's always good streaming a fully painted game like this.
Yeah.
It's That's why we choose to only stream fully painted games.
It makes, it makes identifying things on the table so much easier.
Well, yeah.
From the different camera angles and stuff. It keeps, visually it's nice and appealing, and obviously the hobby is a big part of the game. Not a required part, but a part that we really like to see and support, in addition to, games like this, which are just your standard pickup games. There's nothing on the line here except for some friendly bragging rights. Plumber and Jonathan knowing each other. Jonathan being one of our PGs and Plumber being a former PG. So we see the Bone Grinders advancing backwards and trying to make a shot, although that didn't work. Jonathan declaring that the Bronzeback train is a-coming.
Oh. It's a terrifying statement.
The Bronzeback train is... Now, which Bronzeback train he's referring to is the real question. Because really, he's got 2 lines with both. I mean, there's plenty of options with this one here.
Well, that one's got line of sight.
It has line of sight here. With Rush, it can get through the trees easy enough. Get that one, and then walk around here, come around here, Cooler Q back around here, swing over.
What are you What are you doing? Why did we ever create telestration? We didn't create it. Why did we adopt telestration and then give it to you?
We created telestration.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got. At least I haven't started doodling on Plumber's head, which is what Ed Burrell would be doing right now.
Could draw a smiley face on it right now.
I could. Let's do that.
There we are. That's real life, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening right in front of you on the live stream. And you guys wouldn't give me the telestration. Noted. No, just leave it.
So we have the Bronzeback now finally activating to go through the Risen and try to eliminate several of them. Obviously having a little bit of fun with this game.
Yeah, of course.
So Bronzeback getting ready. So we have the Gladiator finally deciding to rush himself so he can get in this game. Yeah. After waddling forward like a fat penguin.
What?
He said waddle like several times. I have to assume that a Titan would waddle like a fat penguin. So we see a slam being declared by the Titan Gladiator. So instead of using the Pain Giver like you kind of expected, he's going to instead use the Gladiator to clear out the offending dwarf. So apparently the request has come across that I'm supposed to illustrate Hungerford's expression.
Oh, through Twitch?
So this right now is Hungerford's expression.
Can you imagine people watching this game afterwards on YouTube? They're gonna be like, "What happened?" we were watching a game and there was commentary, and they think, "Wow, what is that? My okay, that's my huge face, and I'm smiling."
Yep. There's his
eyes.
There's his little nose. These are your worried. This is your worried expression. You're just very droopy right now. Very droopy.
Yeah. No, keep going.
And these are your shruggy shoulders.
This is War Machine, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in,
and
I am sorry.
Here's your T-shirt.
Oh, you can see my body through my yeah, fill it in for me, please.
Wait, you have more hair than this.
Oh, yeah, no.
Help out. There we go. There we go. All right, never let it be said we don't take requests on the live stream. So now we have a...
All right. So while that was all happening, it totally looks like a Titan Gladiator's head came off?
Well, so it's magnetized to remove so that you can get easier access because of the tuss. So we had a successful slam against the Forge Guard that the Bronzeback had moved out of. We now have the Beast Handlers who remain moving up. I'm sure we're going to see an enrage on that bronze back, so that the bronze back train can come a calling. Choo choo.
Okay, so get back to my point though. Why has the head not been put back on?
Because that beast handler's down the way.
The head.
Plus, he's on the clock. You really want to?
Yes. Look at it. It's like a terrifying neck hole. Oh, I wonder if it's hollow.
No,
I wonder if he keeps candy in it.
It's not hollow.
Would you keep candy
But
inside?
much like what's underneath Plumber's hat, it does suck things. Just sucks in light. It's just a void.
Oh,
an
God.
empty void.
Oh, God.
So we see a pain handler, pain giver beastlander enraging both the bronze backs, excuse me, and the blonde's back.
The blonde's black.
The blonde's black, blah, blah, blah. And also a condition on the cannoneer to remove a fury point. So we see.
Remember yesterday when we did IG commentary? It was all serious. We called
it
the
was.
action.
It was way better than this.
Then you started just drawing pictures of me. You missed my goatee, by the way.
Oh my. Well, that moment has passed. So we see the bronze back that is currently a proxy base at this point. So we see him trying to trample forward to get to Murdoch.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
7
Trample, kill
inches,
Murdoch,
here it goes.
stop the revive train. You know, would you trade a bronze back to kill Murdoch?
Absolutely.
Yep. There you go.
I mean, at this point, given that he's been able to successfully remove several of the Forge Guard, getting rid of revive at this point is going to be critical. So we see the first Forge Guard that was trampled getting eliminated.
Jonathan being a good guy, reminding Plumber to check Alexia's command range for collecting some corpses, some dwarf corpses, to turn into human skeletons.
Human skeletons with Kadoran hats.
Yeah.
You don't know what's under those helmets.
We don't.
Exactly. So, see the bronze back needs a 6 to hit Jonas. 5 misses. Not an auspicious start.
Buy
another
and
one.
boost Jonathan. Roll.
So, see another swing on Murdoch. Really important. That's another 5.
John, stop rolling 5s.
Yep. Here
Buy
we go again.
and boost your attack.
He's got 2 more to go.
He rolls another 5.
So he's got 1 left. So this should be number 5.
Okay. Last attack on Murdoch.
Needs a. There's a 6. So last attack finally connects. So we see. All right, give us the A team. A team for the tough check.
Dun dun dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. Your heart wasn't in it, Plumber. Your heart was not in that.
Well, it only took 5 Fury, but Murdoch's dead.
It did. And now this is Plumber's face.
All right, so Rasheth's activating, putting Rush on the bronze back. Watching John play is awesome. John's he's just announcing everything, communicating very well. He's just, John's an awesome guy. So if you ever see Jonathan Leclerc at a convention, War Machine convention, just walk up and high-five the dude.
So see Rasheth popping his feet. So -2 strength and defense for living enemy models. So those Risen don't mind. A living model dies, he gets to heal a point of damage. But, of course, that won't really matter since Rasheth hasn't been touched yet this turn. So there's the feet token. Mind that the feet's up. Kind of expect that we're going to see a maybe an arc spell here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He doesn't have a ton of targets for it, though.
Give my Breath of Corruption.
I expect the Breath of Corruption is going to happen. So we see channeling Dark Ritual, Breath Corruption. So we see him checking line of sight there to that Risen. And that poor Pharaoh Bone Grinder is going to explode after this. So Fury 8 against Def 10. Boost it, John. Boost it.
Anything but Snake Eyes. All right.
All right, so he did it. It's going to be 3 Risen. So, ploof. POW 12s will destroy all 3 of those Risen. And, of course, anyone who enters or ends their activation in that cloud will take 1 point of corrosion damage. So that kind of cuts off the board a little bit.
Yep.
And D3 damage on the Pharaoh, which kills him. So he explodes. Or melts. So the Pharaoh wisely decided that they maybe should leave.
So they rallied. Then that one dying, they just failed their command check again.
Well, to be fair, when you watch your friend explode like an overfilled balloon.
Oh. Why? Oh.
I mean, the Pharaoh don't even want to be there in the first place. It's not like they're willing participants in this.
Man, they might not even know where they are.
They probably don't.
Pharaoh's real dumb.
Yeah, it depends on the Pharaoh.
I mean...
So we see a charge from the train-wrecked Bronzeback.
Every Pharaoh that's smart is a warlock.
Has not been rushed, I believe. I think it's just...
No, I think he got rushed. He got rushed earlier when Rosh that first
one. So
train
wreck is not currently up. So here comes the train wreck. Yep.
Hey,
so
beatbacks.
Now he's got beatback. So 7 will hit, and that will destroy the first Risen. See an inch being moved. Key coming out that John likely earned from uh-oh. So he doesn't have Pathfinder anymore, though, so I don't think he should have been able to move that far, actually. Because Rush immediately expires. So we see another Risen being destroyed. John looking at his beatback potential here. Hungerford going really quiet right now. Might not have liked that last picture. Was my art too much for you?
No, I know.
Did I put you into a contemplative meditation?
I was contemplating something. I'm back now.
I'm a little worried about that.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
All right.
I was just kind of watching what John was doing.
Bronzeback not getting a whole lot of work done on that side.
No. I actually just went into like watch machine mode for a second.
Watch machine?
Yeah, I was just like watching John's plays, and I was kind of like, where's he going with this? And I stopped stopped being ridiculous and us drawing pictures of people for a second. I was like, what's his move here?
Well, so at this point,
and then you snapped me out of it.
Yeah.
And now I'm immediately back to paying attention.
So talking about where that Bronzeback went, I kind of feel like I think John overestimated what he could get out of that other Bronzeback with Trainwreck on it.
Yeah.
And he wound up, I mean, at this point he wound up trading that Bronzeback for 2 Risen.
Yes. Well,
Old Rowdy will destroy that Bronzeback.
Yeah.
There's no question there. And the other Bronzeback is likely going to get destroyed by those Forge Guard.
Yeah.
Who will be in position to score afterwards. So
if Plumber gets them all in the zone.
Well,
also, where did he put the leader?
He's got tax supremacy, so
I can't tell where the leader on the Forge Guard is. I assume Plumber's got him at a central location, but
potentially. It's easy to forget about leader placement, though, when you have an officer until it actually matters. So we see Haley keeping both Haleys in.
Oh, there's the leader.
She can't allocate to Rowdy because of the Agonizer, so that helps a bit. Although, even still, Old Rowdy gets the free charge. He's got a very decent. I would still send Rowdy after that Bronzeback.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So -2 strength on the on the Forge Guard. So we see Plumber kind of planning out his turn here. So Tim Banky longingly watching the game.
Tim's hair is amazing.
It really is.
It really, I mean, like, legitimately.
And Tim Banky right here. Fabulous judge, Tim Banky.
Yep.
Look at that eyesight. Right here. Here's the aura.
I get the telestration next time. What is that? What did you build?
What did I build? I didn't build anything. I drew it. It was a drawing, Hungerford. All right, so Michael Plummer.
Yeah, Plummer's just figuring out his turn.
Pulling a focus from the Squire, so he's got 1 left on the accumulator circles there. See Haley pointing to the sky, calling her shot. To the rafters.
Calling her shot to the rafters?
Yeah.
I'm knocking it out the park.
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? I've seen the future.
So we see a switch from the clock.
Baseball's going to be a thing.
Because...
What's baseball?
So Jonathan, a little concerned here that he mismanaged the bronze back by not healing it properly because his mind was out. So the attacks would have been missed. And Plummer's saying he doesn't mind that the mistake was made and they're not going to reverse anything. So
yeah, just saying the game's already progressed to the state. Let's not worry about it.
And they're just here to have fun.
If that's how the players want to resolve it, that's totally cool, right?
I mean, and that's typically what you would see in this situation, right? It was an honest mistake on John's part. He was absolutely a great sport in terms of realizing his mistake, calling it, telling Plummer, what do you want to do here? I'm happy with anything you want. Offered a couple different options. John now blaming the mind being broken and the bronze back knowing it on why he rolled so many fives. Those Blazers zipping across the field.
Yep, just running like bosses. Moving them into a position that, even if it doesn't have any sort of actual tactical advantage, it is annoying for your opponent. It does make them move all their drinks, food, tokens. Sometimes this game is purely psychological sometimes. Sometimes the goal is to make your opponent have a bad... Yeah, that's why ambush is so good. It's because you're just like, are you eating?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put bog trogs there.
Where did you put your war room established device? Where did you put your cards?
Right.
Can you move those, please?
Yeah.
On your clock, of course.
Did your wife drop an important envelope that says, please read immediately? Well, my Cossites are showing up.
On top of it.
On top of it.
Yeah.
That's not important to you
can deal with it later.
Ambush exists purely to tilt people and ruin their experience.
So we see those Tempest Blazers now having just made significant progress onto the back edge of the table. With any other Warlock, that would be terrifying right now. Because those Blazers can get the work done. But against Rasheth, with Impervious Flesh...
If they get in there with some good brutal rolls, I mean, even though they drop a die because of Flesh of Clay,
they would be able to do some work.
2 dice -4.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see.
And we see, I believe we're seeing charges here.
And it's Hammer Party time.
Stop.
Hammer Party?
Hammer time. Can't even get that right, can you?
Was that 80s or 90s?
It was the 90s, man. See Hammer? 90s. Had to be.
You sure?
Big pants.
You want to bet on it?
MC Hammer? It was probably like early 90s, which means it was effectively the 80s. There was no difference.
The song Hammer Time, released in the 80s or the 90s. What do you think?
I already said my guess is 90s.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
All right. I thought you were not Googling at this point. See a bunch of attacks made against the bronze back here?
Twitch will tell us. Hey,
so
Twitch. When was Hammer Time released?
Good roll there. So 6 points to the 3 on the first shot. And that was a non-charge attack. So these are the actual charges. So 5 will connect against the bronze back. Oh, Plummer's really getting some nice rolls here. So 6 more to the 1. Hits again with a 5. Plummer just a man of adequacy here.
A man of adequacy.
A man of adequacy, nice. Just hitting what he, just not going over, not going the extra mile.
All right, so Twitch is saying that
1990.
1990.
So there you go.
Which is right in between.
No, that is the 90s.
It's right in between.
No,
yeah.
That is the 90s. I mean, to be fair, so the bronze back absolutely crushed by Plummer's amazing rolling.
Yeah, 1990 is basically the 80s.
Yeah, sure, because 90 is like 80.
Well, 90's closer to the 80 than 99. That's math, son.
Yeah, no, it's irrefutable proof right there. We're technically just living in 2000. I mean, there's a 2 and a 0.
I got a degree in science. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Swamp science.
Value science. Man, 1990. That was a year I don't remember well.
Well, I mean,
I was 10.
I clearly remember that MC Hammer was wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
Wow, that is the most adorable thing you've ever said.
Busting a groove. dropping a fat beat.
Yep. Did he not put enough of the Forge Guard to actually control the zone?
No.
Did Plumber forget that zones are a thing?
I believe that one Forge Guard on the edge there did not have the distance.
I mean, I understand.
Now, remember, they still have Tax Supremacy up.
This isn't a tournament game, right?
Did he drop Tax Supremacy? Why would you drop Tax Supremacy, Plumber? Answer me.
Plumber.
Look at you.
Plumber.
What are you doing?
You can't hear us, but Plumber. Zones are a thing you can control for CPs. Plumber.
Keep Tax Supremacy on the Forge Guard.
Why wouldn't you do that, Plumber?
All right, so Plumber considering what he's going to do with Old Rowdy. I say go after the bronze back, but he ran the Blazers away without shooting the bronze back first with Brutals, which would have softened him up for Rowdy to finish off with his 2 shots.
Did Piper activate already?
Piper, I don't believe is activated yet.
So maybe he's going to run Piper.
I see no token, but then again, Plumber has refused to put a token down anytime he's used the Piper.
Well, yeah, he just expects his opponent to remember.
Well,
he's like, wasn't that Pathfinder? And he's like, no, it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
Wasn't that tough? No, it's +5 damage. Does Piper have that? And shut your mouth.
But no, I don't believe that the Piper is activated yet. I was a little surprised the Piper didn't put tough on the Forge Guard last turn. Oh, he did, because that's what allowed Jonas to make his amazing 1 tough roll.
I thought Jonas was tough naturally.
Jonas is tough naturally.
So we have. Oh wait,
here comes the Piper.
Here he goes. He's like,
Piper going in the zone.
I'm gonna get in that zone.
And he'll play his little pipes. So you see Heroic Carl, so they will get tough.
Did you say Heroic Carl?
Heroic Carl.
Heroic Carl. Carl Morgan, organizer of our War Machine Weekend, will be very proud of you right now.
So right now,
Heroic Carl.
we've got the Piper.
Oh, God. Here it comes again. Here we go.
Doing a little ditty.
Oh, it's music. I see. I hope.
That was poorly drawn, but you get the idea.
No.
Haley the Hail. This is what Plumber's now calling Haley. So there's the music coming forth from the pipes. And then there's that symbol here that always starts things that kind of looks like that. I don't know.
Did you ever play music?
Yeah, absolutely. All throughout high school. So we see Haley popping her feet to gain +2 focus on all the Haleys.
Were you a
focus
flautist?
stats going up. What? No, I didn't play the flute. I played the bassoon and the French horn and the saxophone.
Oh, wow. So you're musically, like, skilled.
Sure. It's easy to fake.
Or were you bad at all of them?
No, it's easy to fake all of them except the bassoon.
Well, you just put an iPod in the front of the
The iPods didn't exist back when I was doing this. I have a lot of CDs from that era because of that. All right, so we have Future Haley advancing forward after popping the feet and gaining a bunch of focus. Looks like he'll be trying to get rid of the Cannoneer with Future Haley Mind Bullets. Future Haley has 3 shots at range 10, POW 13s.
Yeah.
With 6 focus on her.
Let's live the dream, baby.
That will force her to go corporeal, though.
Yeah.
Why go after the Cannoneer? Go after the bronze back.
You know, Plumber's
Here comes Past Haley advancing forward.
He's a real pro-level player. So
now Past Haley loves the feat because at that point you can force hammer, boost it if you need to, and get an additional die plus a boost on the damage roll.
Sure.
Or you can chain blast twice. And chain blast with raw talent is just super sexy.
Oh, here we go.
Going against the Cannoneer. I don't understand the Cannoneer choice. So
Mind Bullets.
Phase Bolt. Mind Bullets being shot here. So she boosted the shot to hit. Why do you boost? So 5 off the damage roll. Another really great roll.
So I don't know if you've heard this, but Plumber's most important pro advice on being good at War Machine
is roll high.
Is roll better.
Well, he's clearly become a master at it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the montage of it, the '80s montage.
It's just like
with Eye of the Tiger, where he just sits there and he just like conditions his wrist to be able to roll dice, and he's drinking like raw egg shakes.
No, see, I imagine it more like a superhero origin, where like Plumber fell into a vat of dice.
Dun 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 dun. But like you can just see him. You know, he's got like the headband on. He's got the sweatbands on his wrists.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's like in some like cooler somewhere.
He's
with
got
meat
like
hanging.
2 dice towers in each hand.
Yeah, and he's like just pumping
back
his
and
fist.
forth. Yeah.
He's throwing dice. He gets injured. They show like the long recovery where his loved ones are around him, like cheering him on. So he can go avenge his friend who died.
He runs up to the
fighting
top of
the Russian dice master.
He runs up to the top of some stairs at a game store.
Severely crippled his wrist.
We need a plumber montage.
We do. Back to our regular scheduled program.
Back to us commentating this game and or ruining it.
We have Plumber considering here. See Plumber determining that maybe attacking the Cannoneer was not the right choice. That's because you're supposed to attack the bronze back Plumber. You really should be attacking this thing right here. Not that. Not that at all. That.
Attack
there we
John
go.
DeShazier? He was just watching a game.
Attack this right here with mind bullets. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, so he's casting a spell. Let's see which one it is.
So finally he's going after the bronze back. Thank you, Plumber.
What's he casting?
I'm assuming that it's going to be Force Hammer. So needs an 8. Hits an 8. So Raw Talent's going to give her an additional die. You should be boosting the damage roll here, Plumber.
Right, and now he's going to slam with Force Hammer.
Boost the damage roll, Plumber.
So did he just slam?
Yeah, he slammed him out of control range of Rowdy.
I thought that's what was happening.
Yep. That's why you mind bullet.
So he's going to boost the damage on the
At least
Force
he
Hammer.
boosts the damage, so that's 4 dice. Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty good value, right? You do some damage, and then you knock it out of charge range of Rowdy, who kills it. Oh, wait, no. What is that, anti-value? Yeah, it's the reverse of that.
The exact opposite. Although if you roll dice like Plumber, maybe you can just one-round it in impossible odds. So 13 points on that roll. With a POW 12 Force Hammer. So Haley Prime left with not much to do. Although she's got a lot of spell options. She could Force Hammer. Or she could cast Temporal Flux, which she apparently let drop earlier. Oh, sorry, that's not an upkeep. My bad. Plumber did that one right.
What, Temporal Flux?
Temporal Flux.
Oh, yeah.
Not an upkeep.
No, that's not okay.
So he cast it. Puts the Haley's back up to +2 defense. And that's apparently all Haley's going to do. So we see Alexia charging the Agonizer. Alexia going to get things done on her own, then get murdered by a Cannoneer.
Mm-hmm.
So there she goes, racing in there. Going to stab herself a tormented baby Titan, showing everybody what a big heart she has.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
This thing won't stop screaming. Let me shove a sword in it to shut it up. Yeah.
So he does hit on a 7, which is exactly what he needed to hit. Plumber, again, the master of doing just enough.
Or spiking the dice all the way.
Well, that's only when it matters. And that's really part of the talent that he's applied here through his training montage that we unfortunately don't have footage for.
Not yet, but Tony Konachek, our amazing video producer, will absolutely have a montage.
Huge damage roll there as he boosts the attack roll, burning the rest of the Risen, eliminates the Agonizer.
So you ready for my prediction?
Yeah.
Plumber loses on time.
Seems possible.
No, it's real. Just like the 1990s are the 1980s. Or 1990 is in the 1980s. But Plumber loses on time.
So, yeah, question if he's aware of the clock. Now Rowdy. Is Rowdy going to go after the... does he have line of sight to the Cannoneer?
Plumber, I want you to win, man. I don't want you to have to watch that montage every morning. Every single morning you come in, we're always waiting for you. Everyone claps and yells happy birthday while you watch this video.
If he loses on time, all that's going to happen... He advances behind the linear obstacle. Okay. That will stop countercharge and path. All right. I don't know what's going on anymore. Old Rowdy is now in the worst position he can be in. And Plumber just mentioned that he's going to clock himself. So
and he ships it back to John. He's got a CP. Michael Plummer, 1 CP to Jonathan Leclerc's 0.
1-0. So Jonathan saying that the bronze back is not particularly useful. Of course, he's in the woods. and lacking rush. So the bronzeback at least eliminated for a turn. So Jonathan deciding not to worry about the bronzeback. So Michael Plummer's feet now spent.
Breath of Corruption is going to do a ton of damage to this Forge Guard. Ain't going to be ugly.
So we see a cut it for 3.
Oh, John's picking up his feet token, and it's no longer time for that.
And both our players now having used their feet. John with a significant time lead at this point, but he could easily burn that right now, trying to figure out how to do.
Yep.
Now, while Old Rowdy isn't really in a position to do anything useful on Plummer's next turn due to the lack of Pathfinder abilities, he is, however, fairly safe from anything that Jonathan can throw at it, thanks to his position behind that wall.
Yeah.
So the Pharaoh Bone Grinder is still fleeing.
Yep.
So at this point, the scenario is definitely something Jonathan has to consider. He can't rely on Plummer to clock himself with 4 minutes and 55 seconds before he wins in scenario.
Yeah, why doesn't John just run over and dominate? Like, he's got to kill Alexia?
He does have to kill Alexia, yeah. So, see a Paingiver Beast Handler running over to be used as an arc node so that he can explode like an overfilled balloon as well to kill Rupert. So John really lamenting the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of options. Enrage and Enrage from the Paingivers.
Whoa, world went wobbly for a second.
So Cannoneer really angry now. Needs to charge this turn.
I mean, the Cannoneer's charging Alexia, right?
Gladiator going first. Gladiator needs to rush so that he'll have the distance to get out of that rough terrain feature. Get into that zone.
I was trying to figure out a way to make get out of my, what was that song? Get out of my heart, get out of my dreams. Never mind. It was also from the 80s.
Get out of my dreams, get out of my car?
Is it get out of my dreams, get out of my car? Is that the lyric? Like, get out of both? That's a horrible song. Get out of my dreams and get out of my car.
No, it's get out and get into. Get into my car. All right, so here we go. Gladiator trying to get in there. So Gladiator will take 1 free strike. So no free strikes after the final positioning on the Gladiator.
All right, Gladiator going to get himself some.
Trying to get it done.
All right, John.
Needs a 6 to hit. So hits, tough roll.
First tough roll down. Is John's dice going to turn around here? Is he going to start murdering dwarves?
See another attack, this time from the other fist. Does tough.
Okay.
See Rupert with his fabulously swept back hair there.
Yep. Just
another
makes
one
his third
dies.
initial, just kills that knockdown guy, buys another attack.
He needs a 10. So misses. So John wanting to make sure that he keeps his transfer going. So both our players' feet should be used up at this point.
John's obviously trying to force a command check.
Yep. Difficult to do with Forge Guard at Command 9.
Well, the Breath of Corruption's about to fly into a whole bunch of them.
I don't know about a whole bunch of them, but he'll definitely get some of them.
And those Tempest Blazers just being jerks.
Just hanging out in the back.
You want to keep?
Let's see if Plummer forgets about him.
He might.
He might. I mean, it's been a whole crazy weekend at Lock and Load. Tons of things going on, all kinds of events and other things to schedule and make sure everything's going smoothly. He's been the man behind the action. As much fun as we're poking at him, he does a great job. He's been absolutely fantastic in his role, and we look forward to what he does for Lock and Load 2016. Now this week come to the close of 2015.
Yep.
I've been talking to a lot of people at the convention this year who have just loved all the changes that we made, the hangouts, the new hobby lounge.
Man, I'm happy we're able to do this. You know, like I said earlier, we streamed Iron Gauntlet, and you know, Masters is happening right now, but it's fun to stream some of these like the Iron Arena matches that are happening and give everybody a taste of everything, right? Both the Iron Arena and the competitive side of things, and just do a big mix of all that Lock and Load has to offer. We showed like the costume contest yesterday, the cosplay transformations. You did Undercity earlier. Just like Lock and Load's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a true festival.
It's not just Tournament War Machine. There's a ton of stuff that goes on here.
Yep. So we see a Breath of Corruption being boosted through the arc node of the Pain Giver Beast Handler.
Yep.
So Def 16 on that, needs an 8 to hit. Does hit an 8, and John squeals with glee like a little girl. And that's no comment on John as a person, just the fact that that noise was very much a little girl squeal.
Hey, he's happy, man.
Could have heard it.
It
sounded like it belonged in 3-2-1 bounce.
People don't know what 3-2-1 bounce is.
It's a little kid bounce palace zone. Doesn't matter.
I was about to say, nobody on the streams knows what 3-2-1 bounce is.
I bet you somebody knows what 3-2-1 bounce is. There's got to be a franchise.
Hey, Twitch, did anybody on the stream know what 3-2-1 bounce is?
Stop asking them for confirmation on things.
Why? They've been really helpful.
They're not your allies.
They've been super helpful. They are my allies.
I hope that somebody says they've heard of it just to spite you.
They won't.
So here comes the Rush. So Rush was cast by Rasheth onto the Cannoneer, in addition to that Breath of Corruption. So here comes Titan Cannoneer trying to get rid of Old Rowdy, who...
So this is a defense 14 Old Rowdy because of Temporal Flex.
Solid. You really can't argue with that. 9 to hit with a boost. 8, not enough. So 1 off on that, and that'll whiff on the first shot.
So I've pulled the Twitch stream up on my phone.
Here comes the shot.
Nobody has heard of 3-2-1 bounce. None of them.
Whatever. Well, now they have. So they're old liars. So 3 off after the second hit. The Tusk actually hit this time. So 6 points to 1.
Yep.
It's a decent roll. It's not going to be enough, given that that Cannoneer has 1 attack left. Needs 9s to hit. So Bronzeback did not shake. Plumber confirms that. So we see the Pharaoh Bone Grinder trying to rally, and he does rally. Well, really, he doesn't have... So John mentions that he's not going to use the Pharaoh as an arc node, so he won't fail his command checking him. But if he uses him as an arc node, that unit's gone. There's no need to make a command check. They're just dead. Here comes the Bronzeback, waddling forward through the woods.
Oh.
Severely bleeding, moving the entire forest.
That happens.
It does.
Was something out on the Bronzeback, like its spirit? Did he not have LOS or the ability to charge Alexia?
I'm
just curious why
he chose not to shake.
Oh.
Because he can't rush, so he did not have range.
I was about to say, he could just at least match in the CP game right there, but maybe that's not where his mind's at. Maybe his mind's at, like, I have to take out Old Rowdy right now and just hold these zones back. But I think he missed an opportunity to at least put a CP up on the board.
Or 2. I mean, dominating with Rasheth. So Plumber needs to move a little quick here, because at this point, with that much time left, there we go. There's your tactic right there. He just told John he needs to move his stuff so that his Blazers can go. And then he chooses not to move his Blazers.
Well, that's amazing. He's like, move your things. My Blazers are going to activate. Okay, on to Haley. Yeah. I'm just telling you.
Well, like, he's allocating right now, yeah. He just wanted to put in John's mind that those Blazers are there, and he remembers. So there's Haley, future Haley.
Just psychological warfare.
So here they come. So my expectation here is that we're going to see the Blazers try to soften up Rasheth, and then future Haley's going to try to mind bullet him to death. And depending on where past Haley is, she might also be able to try to get a chain blast off on him. Maybe a force hammer. Force hammer.
Yep, so here comes the brutal damage shots from the Tempest Blazers.
Two have the rear arc, So.
Oh, yeah, they have the rear arc on the Def 10 guy.
Roll fast, Plumber. Speed it up. Now we need yakety sax, which I promised him we wouldn't do, but at this point I feel like it's entirely appropriate.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to move quick, right? So if you can imagine playing the music to yakety sax as Plumber takes this turn in your head, I'm sure you will enjoy it much, much, much more.
This stream has been a real musical journey.
It really has. I didn't know we were going to go there when I started, but this is where we are. We're going through the decades
Blazers
of
are going to town.
Yep. No transfers left. So a lot of hits, very easy to hit. 5 more points to Rasheth. So Rasheth's sitting on 3. 17 points from the Blazers. Future Haley and past Haley need to finish it off here. Move a little faster, Plumber.
Did he leave no transfers on Rasheth?
He left no transfers on Rasheth.
Oh, man.
That is correct.
That is unfortunate.
Yep.
Well, Plumber, I guess you're not going to have to watch this video every single morning now.
Oh, he could still lose it. He could take 2.5 minutes. Here comes the counter charge.
Oh, he's countercharging past Haley with the bronze back.
So that'll remove one threat. Plumber wisely switching the clock over.
Well, you got to at this point, right?
You do, but it's an easy thing to forget when you're not used to playing on clock. So because past Haley is incorporeal, the bronze back can't hurt her, which means that she'll still be able to cast her spells at Rasheth.
Maybe John just interrupted Plumber's time just to mess with his head and make him lose sight of his plan.
You know, even if you know it's, I mean, we talk about this a lot in some of the competitive games and such.
I don't think John would do that.
But
just John's too awesome.
John is pretty awesome.
There's actually nothing.
But the thing is, right, is that you want to, even if you know it's not going to affect the game, you want to remember to do it, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
There's going to be the time when it will affect the game and you might forget it because you've often overlooked it.
Right. That's the thing. Even if somebody had done that, there's nothing wrong with it at all, right?
Exactly. And I mean, that's just the mark of a good player. You want to make sure that you're always doing all the things you can. We talk about it with the choir or with the prayer abilities on the Zealots a lot because you see players who will announce a prayer even when it doesn't matter. Oh. And there's the handshake because
Future Haley walked up and mind bulleted Rasheth to death. Plumber wins and doesn't have to watch the video every morning.
Michael Plumber, convention coordinator for Privateer Press, walks away with the victory. A fantastic game from both of them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our final Iron exhibition game for the day. We hope to bring more of these to you guys as things go on. Bring a little lighthearted, and there's the handshake. You see both players smiling and really happy with how everything turned out.
So what's the next thing we're live streaming?
So the next live stream will be at Gen Con with the Iron Gauntlet qualifier. That's the word I'm looking for.
So is this it for Lock and Load?
This is it for Lock and Load. So we want to say thank you all for joining us over the course of the live stream and everything. For those who were watching Iron Gauntlet yesterday, we hope you had a blast watching some of the top tier competitive players duke it out for the World Championship. As well, anyone who was watching the updates or the streams today, we hope you all enjoyed being with us. We definitely enjoyed having you watch and participate along. We hope to see all of you next year at Lock and Load 2016. Please come out. It's a fantastic time. Kudos to Michael Plummer on a fantastic event. Thank you, Mr. Hungerford, for joining me on this live stream and having a little bit of fun. Hopefully you all had fun as well, and we will see you soon.